Hi guys, it's your Pasay Baller again discussing the games for January 5 game day on your NBA. So we will be discussing Denver Nuggets versus Minnesota Timberwolves. Um, this will be the second time that these two would meet. The first time that they went up against one another, Denver Nuggets defeated Minnesota Timberwolves by 15 points, 124, 109. Now let's check on the standings first. Um, for Denver Nuggets, they're ranked number 11 in the East with 2 wins and 4 losses, while Minnesota Timberwolves actually they have the same record with 2 wins and 4 losses, but they're ranked number 13. The difference between these two teams is that again Denver just came off a victory, and that was against the same team, Minnesota Timberwolves. And Minnesota Timberwolves, they actually started the series. I mean, not the series. Sorry, the season, um, in a good, via 2 good wins. So they went up 2-0, and then they suffered 4 game losing streak, especially when they lost Carl Anthony Towns, their superstar. From 2-0, they're now at 2-4. Well, Denver Nuggets, they really are having a bad start, because they also did not have one of their stars in Murray in the first games of this season. But Murray is now back in the lineup, and they're now starting to figure out how to win again. Because the Denver Nuggets, that winning is easy for them, should be. Okay, so who's gonna win on this? Let's take a look at those who would be out. As mentioned earlier, Carl Anthony Towns would not be playing for Minnesota Timberwolves. As a matter of fact, we don't know as to when he would be back. But aside from Carl Anthony Towns, there are other two players who are considered questionable for this game. They are Jalen Noel, one of their guards, and Josh Okogie. This is due to hamstring. He is actually considered. Well, actually, both of them are considered questionable. So this is something huge for Minnesota Timberwolves, because again, aside from them not having Carl Anthony Towns, not having these two would really hurt them big time. Now let's just try to check if ever there would be some people who would be out for Denver Nuggets. Now here, Denver only has one people who is considered out, and that's Michael Porter Jr. So, considering the fact that Minnesota Timberwolves is on a 4 game losing streak, they don't have their superstar in Carl Anthony Towns. Denver Nuggets, they're a bit more complete. They have Murray back, and they only have one people out in their lineup. It's quite obvious that Denver Nuggets should be winning this game. The only question left is, would they be able to cover the spread? So let's take a look at the spread. Okay, the spread given to Denver Nuggets is -12. So this is huge, man. -12 for Denver Nuggets. Well, obviously for Minnesota, that's +12. So the question is, would we trust Denver Nuggets with this huge of a margin? -12, man, that's something huge. Denver Nuggets, again, they're currently at 2 wins and 4 losses. They haven't really been performing that well. So it's a huge question mark. But what I did was I checked on the losses of Minnesota Timberwolves. Again, they started out the season fine, but after those 2 wins, Minnesota lost 4 games in a row. And I checked on those 4 losses. Man, they sucked big time. The first loss was against Los Angeles Lakers. They lost by 36 points. Then it was followed by a loss to Clippers. They lost by 23. They lost against Washington Wizards by 21, and they lost against Denver Nuggets by 15 points. So all of those 4 losses were basically blown out games. So this -12 of Denver, considering that they've already won the first game that these two would be having, I'm leaning towards Denver Nuggets still having this huge win against Minnesota Timberwolves. I know a lot of us maybe thinking that, hey, Minnesota ain't gonna allow that, but nah, it's just that it's too much for them to handle. Denver Nuggets, obviously, they're starting to figure it out. They're having Murray back. Jokic is having an MVP type of a performance season. They have a healthy lineup except for Porter, and Minnesota, basically they will just be relying on Beasley, Davis, Anthony Edwards, and D'Angelo Russell. But aside from those four, basically that's it. So Denver Nuggets would have a complete lineup, a more complete lineup, and minus 12 should be easy for them to cover. Again, my suggestion for this is for us to stay away from the money line, because that's a that's yeah, that's low value straight up. So what I would be suggesting is for us to go with Denver Nuggets minus 12. Again, that's Denver Nuggets minus 12. Enjoy the games, guys. Responsible betting. Peace out. Pasay love and God bless.